because this could be an interesting match. Um, Ignore the ESL logo and everything. I'll be casting a EUS Go for Law later on tonight, and I just wanted to go ahead set that up. Um, this isn't Go for Law. In fact, I'm going to switch the. No, that's not it. There we go. Switch it over back to the old original Milkcast livery, if you will. But this is going to be Team Summoner School, blue team, against Team Reddit Inhouse over there on the right. So we have guys like I've never seen Sayrai, Winged Flame, and Salon Dies or None of those guys I really know. Excuse me, but over there on purple team on the right we have I Love Koalas, Baranabas, the Banana, Jamal Sun, and Sushi Sushi, all of whom are kind of familiar faces around the Reddit in-house scene. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins. I think pretty much the story with this game is that some of the people on blue team are kind of like plat pros, whatever, and then they are teaching some of the guys from the Summoner School. Summoner School, of course, is a subreddit on Reddit where people can go and learn sort of strategy and things in League of Legends. Whereas Reddit in-house is sort of, I think, a more casual kind of, in-house league and things like that. Not so much about the educational value, just sort of, for fun or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see, Baranabas and, some of those guys are sort of more trolly. But it's going to be interesting to see if Baranabas really try hards this game. Shen and Twisted Fate, by the way, I missed the picks and bans as I was going to go get a Red Bull. They're actually, pretty strong global champs that got banned out. And then Shaco, of course, super strong kind of pub stomp early gank jungler. So not so surprised to see him banned this game. Yorick, Ari, and Jax, I don't really know about those bans. Jax and Ari, I mean, they're both super strong, and Yorick's just kind of a pain to deal with. So it's going to be interesting. Tarek and Lux already being picked up, so I assume maybe Sayrai is going to go head up top with that Swain, and Lux is going to go mid. Lux obviously can do a somewhat decent job of supporting, but when you have both a Tarek and a Lux, I'm not so sure. Let me just go ahead and make sure people in the Red In-house Team Summoner School versus Team Reddit In-house. There we go. So, looks like while I was doing that little bit of flagrant self-advertising, they did go ahead and pick up that Cho'Gath, as well as Warwick, which maybe means that Swain is going to be an AD Swain bot lane, which I haven't seen in a fair while. AD Swain, of course, doesn't have any AD or AS steroids, but what he does have is his E, which is a little bit rare because that is a percentage of damage dealt steroid, which is not something that you really see on any other sort of champs, AD champs. So something like the Infinity Edge, if you think about the power of the Infinity Edge, that's a 50% damage steroid on crits. Swain's E is a 40% damage dealt on everything. So it's sort of like an IE passive, only it works on auto attacks, it works on spell casts. So AD Swain can be quite strong. If it's not AD Swain, it's probably Lux, or it could just be something like a kill lane, like Cho'Gath, Tarek bot, I guess. Obviously Tarek with that stun can set up a nice rupture from Cho. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what blue team does. Sayrai, I think, was the 2K Elo guy, so he might be saying, I'm going to take it easy on these lowly Redditors on purple team. Sorry, these lowly Reddit in-house players on purple team. A little bit of a more standard team comp from Purple that Fiora is becoming very popular these days. I've seen as sort of a counter pick. One of the few lanes that can consistently beat a Kennen, regardless of whether he goes AD or AP. I mean that ulti on Fiora just completely shuts down Kennen's ulti, and I've seen what was it? Genja from M5 was doing a fantastic job of Fiora top against Dyrus's AP Kennen, and I've also seen Fiora's beat AD Kennen just by maxing that. What's it called? Parley. I don't even know. Parley, of course, Gangplank's Q. That's not it. Anyway, so Fiora being picked up top. Morgana being picked as the AP mid for Purple Team. Alistair supporting that Vayne. And then Nautilus. That is a fair amount of CC from Purple Team. Morgana, Alistair, Nautilus with tons of AoE CC. And then Vayne with that single target knockback to Peel. It's going to be interesting to see if Blue Team can actually win this. I think I would put the team comp advantage over for Purple Team because, of course, Blue Team doesn't really have a traditional AD carry. And late game, that could prove to hurt them. Not only that, but Warwick is quite weak early. And if you want to shut down an AD carry, the best time to do it is pre-6 or at level 6. So Warwick, compared to something like, even just like a Nautilus Alistair jungle, something that can gank super early, not really going to be all that effective. Actually, let me just go ahead and... I know that most of these guys on the Reddit in-house team are kind of 1600 elo around there. We have a 1600. I think 2 people are unranked for the Summoner School. There we go. Solan dies the Cho. This guy's, I think, 1800. Yep. And so I think Winged Flame is the other unranked player. Oh, no, he's 1400s. So a little bit of an elo advantage if you think that means anything. Personally, I've played it pretty much every elo there is, and I don't think that there's really, something that says, oh, this player is better than that player. I think it's just sort of a general trend. And by all means, especially in our little Reddit in-house games, we've seen a lot of low elo players just totally stomp all over the high elo players. I am 1800, and I will admit that if I play top lane, I'm probably going to lose to a 1400 elo player. If I play mid lane or if I play support, I can do it, regardless of the elo bracket. And really, that's the fun thing about high elo, is that people stop this whole like, oh, you're 5th pick, you're bad. Like, our last pick wants to AD, like I don't trust him. It's a lot more just about the gameplay, and obviously it's solo queue, so people are always going to be saying like, you're bad, you're good, blah blah blah. But it's more about actually seeing what they do in game than any sort of like, preconceived notion about you're lower elo than me, therefore you are bad. And I mean, it's nice because, you get games where currently I'm 1800 and I play against 2K, 2.3K, 2.4K players on a consistent basis, Last week I played against Hotshot, I played against Reginald, like all these common names, and it's high elo's fun because it's a lot more about the skills and the individual player than it is about, people don't really care about that whole elo thing that seems to be all people care about in the 1500s and below. So pretty much what I'm trying to say here is that obviously this is a skill-based game, for the most part at least, accepting things like runes, rune pages, number of champs you own, counter picks, things like that. Once you actually get in game, it is just about all, it all comes down to your skill, and who knows, you might see these unranked players carrying the team, even though they're a good 1000 elo below the this Bilgewater Swain. So, at any rate, it's going to be interesting to see. I would say straight off the bat that the level 1 potential of Blue Team is huge. Tarek leads with that stun. It sets up the Lux Bind, the Cho'Gath Rupture, as well as the Swain kind of Never Move. So it is going to be interesting to see kind of how exactly that all pans out, and if we are actually going to see some sort of level 1 fight. We shall see. I'm interested. I am honestly interested to see this because, especially since Baranabas is sort of a troll, you know, I'm really hoping that he just tries hard as he's ever tried in a game of League, and just totally shatters my expectations and carries the team to victory. That is what I want to see here. So it's gonna be good, is what I'm saying. He is now, of course, AFK, so I could be completely wrong. Swain, by the way, with 0 AP, so I guess maybe he is gonna go for that AD Swain build. He does have 62 AD, which is a little bit higher than you'd expect. Looks like he is running AD runes. Unfortunately, the spectator mode, you know, in game, if you mouse over your AD, it will show you the base plus bonus. It's not really the case right now. And it looks like red team is going to do a bit of a jungle invade. Alistair going a long way around. I'm going to switch over to the blue team. Fog of War. Wow, they didn't actually spot Alistair there. If they were sitting a little bit closer forward, they would have. This is tense. Looks like Alistair's going to lead first. Ooh, and Swain's going to find them all. Flashes out a nice Lux Bond. A nice Swain never moved. They actually caught everyone so far.
Minions have spawned.
The Swain and the, who's that? Swain and Cho'Gath actually get taken quite low. Nautilus flashes in there to try and get that passage down, but it doesn't actually work. A nice flash over the wall from Baranabas. Vayne a little bit caught out. Swain missing his never move on the entire team. Ooh, and Warwick, what are you doing? Going back into the middle of all 5 of the enemy players. This is a very, very strange level 1 fight. Baranabas missing that bind. Ooh, a nice bind from Lux. Managed to catch all 2, but Swain does not follow it up with a never move of his own. And this looks like it's going to be a stolen blue buff here. Warwick smites the... oh no, he doesn't smite it. No, he killed that pretty fast. Because that did go down. He is just going to go ahead, head over to the enemy blue, because they do know all 5 players are around there. Banana, not actually going to go, like, ward their blue or anything. I don't think Vayne's actually going to go check that out. Nautilus, of course, did leave some small creeps behind at the enemy blue buff. And if only Vayne or Alistair had actually gone and checked their blue buff, that would have been such an easy kill for them. A little bit of a late smite there from Ur2A. Yeah, Vayne could have just condemned that Warwick right there into the wall. More than the end of Warwick's counter jumping attempt. And I mean, if Warwick falls behind, he is, you know, all single target. He's so reliant on that level 6. Ooh, Jamalson in a lot of trouble right now. He might go down. A nice pulverize. The cleanse actually blocks the ignite. Very nicely done there. Actually, I take that back. It didn't block the ignite. They ignited a minion. Banana does have his flash up. He's taking a lot of damage there. Forced to flash out of that never move. Very nicely done there. And he does have a couple more health pots to chug away. Of course, Tarek doesn't. Only has that mana, those mana pots, which means he is going to want to put a point into his heal. Oh, no, he does actually go ahead and put it in his dazzle. Ooh, wow. Banana gets taken down very, very low. Also gets taken down quite low. This is such an interesting lane down bot, and I am neglecting the other lanes right now. Cho and Fiora, I think it's just mostly going to be a farm fest. Not a whole lot of kill potential early there in either one. And of course Morgana is Morgana, and she almost never dies in lane. So I really just want to keep watching this bot lane. Although the gank is going on up top from Nautilus on a Cho. Does have that red buff, gets the slowdown. There's the passive. Where's the dash line? A nice job from Cho to get that rough rock, but he just doesn't have time. And that is going to mean first blood over on Fiora. Fiora with first blood is, you know, she is quite a snowballer champ post 6, but she can just keep casting that ulti. Her QA doing a little bit of a counter jungle, or maybe going for a gank. I'm not quite sure. They do see that Morgana is a little bit out of mana, although Nautilus is moving in mid, so this could be interesting here. They are going to maybe bait just right over to that Warwick. Nautilus. Ooh. Nice stretch line, although Mr. Sushi does get taken quite low. Doesn't have that flash up. Lux goes ahead, flashes over that wall, and that is going to be a refreshed double buff for Morgana. Sorry, for Warwick. Baranabas not actually using his black shield on Nautilus there. I think he put it on himself. Let me just go back and check. Check that out a little bit. 1 second, because he did use that black shield, but I don't think he put it on. He did put it on. I'm sorry, the spectator mode puts that shield as yellow, so I just didn't pick up on that. I mean, he put it on, you know, just so late. That was such a late black shield from Brandibus. Ooh, down bot. This could be trouble for Swain here. It is a kill. Actually picked up by Tarek. Nice headbutt. Actually, maybe would have been able to pick up a double kill if he had saved that headbutt for Swain. It does deal 85 damage. One headbutt and auto attack onto the Swain would have taken him down. Instead, he used it on that 20 health Tarek. And of course, you'd rather have the enemy AD carry die than the enemy support, because now Seirai is going to get this sort of double, triple wave of that speed and gold down bot lane. Unless Banana can do something crazy, he has enough mana for a WQ if he's confident enough. One WQ combo and an auto attack is going to take the Swain down. It's going to be interesting to see. Warwick still has that red buff. This is weird. The double buff is missing from him, but he has it. Oh, sorry, a little bit of a tower dive even. I didn't think that that there was that much kill potential yet. But, wow, Cho'Gath was taken down very, very low in lane against this Fiora, who only has boots pots. Didn't even decide to go back. There's the ulti being used, and that is certainly going to be a kill. The frustrating thing for me about Fiora is that that ulti will reset the turret aggro. I want direct to camera. You know I want to see this gank up top. So Fiora definitely winning this lane against Cho'Gath. Very, very, very strong it seems. We'll see if I Love Koalas is going to go for that Black Cleaver build maybe. 1,800 gold. Could go straight into that BF sword. Instead just going to pick up double Durans. A ward. Merc Tread's actually picked up. I don't know about that. When you're winning the lane that hard against Cho, tenacity doesn't affect... Oh wow, 4-man tower dive down bot lane. They're going to push a little bit harder. Is Banana nearly level 6? No, not quite. Brandibus does have that flash up. They're wasting a lot of time. Warwick and Lux are certainly going to maybe want to make their way down. Lux is on her way. We shall see what this tower dive sort of tells. Alistar's the one who actually takes that aggro. Seirai going to drop down very, very quickly. A nice stun. Gonna take out the Alistar there, but it is a 2-for-0 exchange. Sorry, a 2-for-1 exchange. Both kills actually going to this Vayne. That is huge. That is going to give her 2,200 gold compared to Swain's 1,700. About a 500 gold lead so far. I think up top, similar gold lead over Cho. Actually, 800 gold on Fiora over Cho right now, and that is absolutely significant. Anyway. Merc Treads doesn't really do a whole lot against Cho, other than the obviously knockups aren't affected by tenacity. So maybe you want the MR, but you spend about 450 gold to get one MR and then a little bit of tenacity compared to the magic mantle. So you know, maybe not the best itemization. I think when you're winning that hard against a Cho, who is a somewhat passive, sustainy kind of laner, you don't really want that. Where's that damage going to do? Someone just got kind of chunked. It might have been this Morgan maybe getting hit by that Lux laser, which did just go on cooldown. Nautilus going up top lane for a little bit of gank here. Cho'Gath still only level 5. There's the Blade Surge in. Nice dredge line on Solan dies. A nice Q. The Rupture lands on both Fiora and there's the Ignite. Able to pick that kill with the damage over time. Anyway, very nice Q there, but really, without a ward, he's just going to be in a world of hurt right now. 3-0-0 Fiora. Ooh, and a nice job from Jamalson to stun that Swain into the wall. Puts that ulti down. So much regen. I think they just got a little bit too close. There's the Q going down from Seirai. Ooh, not quite able to get that WQ combo off. He does have his ulti up. Misses the Rupture. Doesn't have Flash, doesn't have Exhaust. And that is going to be a kill. With an assist picked up by Lux. So a little bit of a misplay there from Brandibus. Not quite able to keep track of that Lux in lane. Letting her roam just a little bit too much, I think. So a nice job from Jamalson to get that stun off, but he got a little bit too aggressive. Swain did have the 1 level advantage there, turning that around for a kill. And that is going to be... Actually, Tarek's picked up 3 of the kills out of the 4 kills down bot lane. Vayne, of course, dying twice, Alistar dying twice. So that's not really as punishing as it otherwise would be. Wow, actually I'm missing a gank here mid. You're not quite able to get that Blade Waltz off on Lux because of a nice bind, but it does of course mean that Baranabas on Morgana is going to be able to get a full channel of ulti off. We'll see if Baranabas is able to just kind of exploit that. It should be the case that when Lux gets back to lane, Morgana should just put that black shield down on herself and run right at her. At any rate, I did just realize that I am a little bit behind real time here. Because I have been going back and forth to check things out. Warwick doesn't actually have flash, by the way. He only has that ghost. And the ulti goes down. Ghost is popped. A nice dredge line hitting at max range. There's the bind, but it misses from Baranabas. Baranabas just not quite on point with these binds today. He's missed those binds at level 1. Ooh, ulti being popped by Jamalson. He gets a little bit too aggressive, though. Lots of damage being taken. Doesn't have heal, of course. He is running that cleanse, and this Swain is just absolutely crushing this Vayne in lane right now. Wow, Baranabas actually gets taken down very low. I would expect to see, Lux isn't really the best choice against Morgana. Morgana is kind of Lux 2.0 in a way, in terms of how rewarding she can be, just by putting down that pool. Getting all that spellbound back. Ooh, actually, this could be bad for them down bot. Sarai flashes in there, very wisely running away to not give any kills over to Morgana, instead of giving it over to the Alistar. And Vayne actually not even getting an assist there. Winged Flame tries to do the same. Not quite able to, though. Ooh, and Baranabas gets taken out very low. There's a kill picked up by Lux. Sorry, I missed up top. Fiora power diving that Cho yet again. I mean, that's the story of Fiora. If you let her get an advantage, she will just snowball and snowball and snowball. Q is up in 3 seconds here for Banana. They're not actually deciding to go for the dive, which I think they certainly could have. So very nice play from Lux to kind of get away from that. Being a little bit of a jerk in chat, which I don't really like. It's like, especially in custom games, it's like it's one thing to be a jerk to strangers, it's another thing to be a jerk to people from the same community as you, so for shame. You're a 4-0. About 2,000 gold right now. I would like to see her pick up Black Cleaver, because I think that's just such a great build of Fiora. Although of course Last Whisper might actually be doing, unless Koalas has some, oh no, 21 armor pen, definitely maybe going to want to go for that Yumu's Ghost or Black Cleaver combo, which will pretty much deal true damage for anyone who has a 200 armor or lower. No wards actually. Fiora being a little bit cocky here. Work is around, uses the result very early, a very late rupture from Cho. And that is going to be not the best gank. Really, Warwick, if you use that ulti in lane, you really want to get something out of it. If you didn't even feel threatened enough to flash away there. Meanwhile, down bot lane, sorry, I've had it on the gold counter for a while now, it seems. Swain with double Duran, Zerg Screws, Vayne actually with exactly the same amount of itemization. So Swain's clearly really winning these sort of exchanges and everything. I would like to see Nautilus putting a little bit more help down bot lane and transitioning that into a dragon attempt. There's no real reason to gank up top. Ooh, and that looks like it was an ulti being used on Lux mid. And that is the power of Morgana. You just throw that ulti down, wait for it to tick off. Ooh, and they're gonna find this Warwick in the jungle. Nautilus, meanwhile, picking up that kill mid. I didn't really see. Careful casting, I know. Didn't really see the fact that they were gonna go for that dive. Did, however, pop his ulti there. Oh wow, that amount of damage is just absolutely massive. 5-0 Fiora right now. Doesn't even have any items picked up. Baranabas flashing over the wall, lands the bind, but I think misses the pool there. Had Cho, I think, put the ulti down on Morgana instead of Fiora, it would have been a kill there. However, this 0-5 Cho is just not having a good time in lane right now, and that is leading to a 3,000 gold advantage for Red Team right now. Team Red in-house 14 minutes, 20 seconds into the game here. Ooh, and a nice root, but an even better tumble. Dodges that root very nicely. And also, might want to go ahead and turn this around. No headbutt for Banana, though. Brand saying hi. Shout out. Isn't it usually the casters who do the shout outs to players or whatever? But thank you, Brand. You hit a bind. You knew I would. You knew I was watching, and you knew I would compliment you for hitting that bind. So congratulations. If you look at the overall gold though, 3.8k on Vayne, 4.1 on Swain. Would that significantly higher if he was 5-2-0 instead of 2-2-2? Obviously, Tarek picking up a number of those kills. Lux going behind for a nice, very, very, very nice game from Cade. Tarek tanking this turret at max range for as long as he can. That is going to be a kill picked up. Very, very, very nicely done there. I don't know why Alistair ulti. Oh, he was out of mana, of course. That ulti costing 100. Alistair dying with just 67. I think one too many heals. He didn't have mana. Pop that ulti. Does Morgana have the ulti up? She should maybe go over and head over to Dragon right now. All the cooldowns are blown. Instead, it looks like they are going to go ahead, head over to that Swain, although he does break it by flashing away. There's the still picked up by Mr. Sushi. Sushi actually on a killing spree right now, and not only that, but they actually left Dragon. Mr. Sushi flashing in to get that dredge line off. Warwick has that red buff dealing a significant amount of damage over on Barnabas. Does get shackled, snared by Nautilus in the middle of that Morgana pool. And Morgana, a little bit of misplay there because he is chasing this right now. Very nicely done from Sushi. Morgana really should have backed off there because he was keeping that. She was keeping that blood scent on that Warwick, which gives him a movement speed. Really, had she just backed off, I think she didn't really contribute anything there. Sushi. If you chase a Warwick with low health when your teammates can pick up the kill, you really, it's not ideal. Because pretty much you just speed him up, giving him a chance to get away. Looks like Lux does have the ulti. Is she going to be able to get it? That ulti is only level 1 right now. Quite level 11. She does actually go and get the steal. Very nicely done from JMXP. Really what I would have liked to see there is Alistair head up here in the mid lane and kind of just zone the Lux out. Sushi says he didn't smile. Oops. Although let's see, 645 true damage compared to the 404. Oh, I should stop talking because a nice ulti from Warwick, actually locking down I Love Koalas under turret range. Are they going to be able to pick up the kill here? There's the ulti. The blade the blade wall's going down, and has a kill, turning around that game in a 2v1. Almost, maybe actually going to get the kill here on Warwick. She does. Very nicely done from I Love Koalas. 8-0-0 right now. Absolutely shutting down this top lane so hard. This Cho is having a very hard time. 144 CS on Fiora compared to just 35 on Cho'Gath. Plus the 8 kills is a difference of 6.7k to 3k. 3,500 gold in the advantage from Alsan. Catches a never move from Swain. He poured a lot of effort into trying to get that Tarek. The headbutt actually knocking Swain to the safety of his turret. I don't think that was ideal because he was out of mana there. They might have been able to fight that. Obviously it is an AD Swain, so his abilities aren't so integral like an AD Swain. Ooh, and this could be a lot of burst. There it is from JMXP. Although now, gonna have to answer to Morgana. There's the pulverize. Pop that ulti Barnabas. Headbutt actually knocking him out of range. Out of that pool. I don't think Barnabas wanted to use that. If you're actually picking up a kill there on Tarek, I didn't even see that happening. Anyway, 9-0-0 Fiora, absolutely destroying this game. Half the kills of the team. She's doing most of it without any help. It's just she's snowballing so hard. Actually, they find Alistair. Does have that ulti up. Vayne just gets completely shut down by that Swain. I think Keo would have had a better choice, to be honest. Barnabas doesn't have that ulti up. Cho'Gath has actually built a Giant's Belt. Not really ideal. Would have liked to see him rush that Frozen Heart against Vayne and Fiora. Missing the bind there. Sushi actually touches that minion, so this way. So just to go over the lanes, of course, Fiora is absolutely destroying top lane and has just such a seemingly insurmountable lead. 2.5k gold right now in that inventory. Morgana actually also with 3,300 gold. And the ulti goes down on Swain. Morgana does have that ulti up if she wants to flash in here. There's the ulti being popped. Wants to get in, and there's the stun on both of them. A nice flash headbutt from Banana. Able to catch both of them. Sushi actually missing the wall there. Very nice turnaround from blue team. Lux is around. For some reason, Vayne went mid instead of kind of following that up down bot. So it was a very nice follow-up onto that perfect Morgana ulti from Banana, flashing into turret range to line that Q. Unfortunately, Lux and Warwick were there to turn it around into a 2v4. Which did end up in a 2-pro exchange in favor of blue team. Now 14 to 18, 3.7k gold in the advantage of red team right now. But unfortunately, a lot of that gold is centered onto that Fiora, and what that means is that maybe Fiora is going to be able to get shut down or something in a team fight. You know, a Warwick ulti, a Lux bind, a Taric stun, a Swain root. It will make her so that she can't even get that ulti off. So if she's not careful, you know, she has built pretty much full offense. She could fall down, and that could be the end of a team fight for red team, because the rest of the team just isn't that bad. Vayne, of course, going 2-6-1 in lane, forced to can't even afford the BF sword, has gone with that pickaxe. Swain, meanwhile, looks like he might actually build a black cleaver here, just like Fiora did. Shall be interesting to see. If she does that, Fiora is around. Gonna sneak into this brush and find the Warwick. Wow, so much damage. Just absolutely destroying. And now, Lux is in a lot of trouble too. Didn't actually use that ulti. This is what I was talking about. There's the ulti pop a little bit late. A double kill being picked up. Triple kill being picked up. Could be a quadra here. Alistair with the headbutt takes it away from Swain. Not going down on that red buff from Baranabas. He's trolling. Just a little bit. As he so often does, and that's why we love him, of course. So it looks like after that team fight, really, you know, that was pretty much worst case scenario for her. She got hit by, I think, the binding, she got hit by the never move, and they just don't have the damage to take her down. Of course, Warwick didn't use his ulti on Fiora, which I think he should have done instead of just trying to run away. But who knows? It might be an insurmountable lead for red team that blue team is just going to have, you know, they're not going to be able to shut down Fiora. Those ults, man, those ults are just huge right now. Dealing so much damage. I'm also actually farming past turret. This is a nice way to deny XP, of course. However, it does put you in enemy territory. Alistair does have that ulti up. He should beat that. There's half health. Jamalson just kind of farming away. And Warwick is around. This could be bad for Banana. Although Morgana is there to follow it up. Putting the black shield down on the support Alistair. Very nicely done. Jamalson don't want to go ahead and get that grenade into the wall. Brandibus using that ulti to full effectiveness. Lux with a very effective ulti. Taking out that Vayne. Once again, Lux and Warwick showing up to a gank and turning it around. So, ooh, a nice binding. And he's certainly going to go down to Lux there. Warwick surviving, which is very, very low health. This Nautilus doesn't really have the damage to take him down. I lied. There is the kill being picked up. Brandibus has shown up with that black shield. Ooh, and just barely missing that bind on Lux. It looked like she was about to walk right into it, but no, she didn't. Lux's ulti is not up yet. I was going to say, let's try for Brandibus to hit that bind there. Following up that Nautilus ult, which wasn't actually used in that game. Anyway, Lux's ulti at level 16 with a little bit of CDR can get down to something like 24 seconds. And I was thinking maybe she was going to have it up, but no, not quite. 12-0-1 on the score right here. This is absolutely insane. Double buff. This Cho is quite big right now. He has 6 stacks of his ulti and a giant spell, but really I think Fiora can full to 0 with 1 rotation of that ult. Maybe just going to go ahead and wait for that ignite first. JNNXP asking for a rematch. I think we shall see a Fiora then next game. Mr. Sushi, meanwhile, does actually pick up the dragon this time around. Doesn't get stolen by Lux. That's doing a very good job. That dragon steal, a number of ganks being turned around. If it weren't for this Fiora, who is just absolutely destroying this game, I think it could have been a very different story here for Team Red at Inhouse. Team Summoner School, that is your team. I think that's a really good. Vayne is just waiting for some cooldowns to be blown on this Alistar so that she can just kind of survive full health. Fiora's around. We shall see exactly how fast this Swain drops. So much damage being taken. The Yumu's Ghostblade goes down. 1 auto attack, 2 auto attacks. Legendary. 13-0, 1 Fiora, 220 CS. 25 minutes in the game here. 7k in the lead for red team. Very nicely done. Fiora doesn't even care about this turret. He's just going to go straight in. Oh, and a nice lock bind. This could be the end of Fiora. There it is. The shutdown actually going over Warwick. Of course, that Blade Waltz is a movement-based ability. Doing a nice juke from Jamal Sun, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That box is just doing so much damage right now. A nice job from Alistar to get that pulverize off on a number. I think 3 or 4 of them. Shouldn't even make a difference. They're doing their best to peel for this Nautilus. Sorry, for this Vayne, but Alistar does drop. Brandibus with a somewhat late ulti. Lux almost certainly going to go down here. A nice Nautilus ulti, picking up the Lux, but also passing through both Cho and Tarek. Brandibus quite low on health. Maybe going to fall down here to Warwick. Almost certainly Nautilus meanwhile picking up the kill on Cho. This is now a 2v1, soon to be a 3v1. And Vayne is just going to go ahead and push mid. Quite a wise decision, actually, because really there's no way they can save this Swain. Sorry, this Nautilus from Swain. So Jamal Sun's just going to go ahead and back off. Doesn't even have... It looks like Jamal Sun's going to go for that Infinity Edge, but doesn't, of course, have the gold for it yet, I think. Oh, no, sorry, I'm wrong. 1,500 gold. I thought he would just back, but 1,500 gold in the bank for him right now. Going to be able to get that Infinity Edge on his next back. Might actually, you know, if I were him, maybe go for that Bloodthirster. Actually, I just realized that Executioner's Calling, when they nerfed the lifesteal on other items, they didn't nerf the lifesteal on Executioner's Calling. So a fully stacked Bloodthirster provides you with 20% lifesteal. Executioner's Calling doesn't require any stacks, but will provide you with 18%. So you do lose a little, you know, a lot of damage. You get a bit of crit chance, but really what you want is that item active, which really kind of helps shut down the Swain. He does, even though he's a AD Swain, does get quite a lot of free health out of that item. Sorry, that ability. So an Executioner's Calling on Vayne might be a good way to help shut down that Swain. Looks like that is going to go over to Fiora. Picking up with that damage over time on red. Ooh, and this could be bad for Warwick. Gets caught out. That is almost certainly a kill there. Picked up on Urfue. I really don't know how to say that name. And now it is a 4v5. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Ooh, it's actually a 4v4 as the Vayne did go back. Fiora's going to want to pop that ulti as soon as possible so that she doesn't get locked down. So much damage going down on the left. Tarek does get stunned. Be able to pick up the kill there. Fiora, of course, picking up that double kill. Flashes to try and get the EA on. Fiora actually walks right into the cold sushi. Oh, and a nice shield actually, able to help him survive that. So, really, this game is clearly, I think, going to be picked up by the red team unless something really, truly amazing happens from blue. But exactly how they're going to do it is, I mean, it depends. We might see that, of course, the surrender vote, or if they play it out, it seems like red team's either going to want to turn some of these one-team fights into pushes, or, of course, just pick up that Baron and then blitz through the base. But, you know, Fiora does have 354 AD right now, so she can push quite hard with that game. Yuma's Ghostblade being popped, ulti cancelled by a nice pulverize from Alistar. Fiora with that move speed from Yuma's Ghostblade and her passive. No, sorry, not her passive. Her. Which is that ability? Ooh, a nice bind. Sorry, nice dredge line from Nautilus. Able to pick up the Lux. They're not really going to get a whole lot out of it. One does pop her ulti, however. A lot of damage down on the Cho. Sushi gonna use that dredge line to get away. Ooh, Jamal San can't quite can't quite tumble away from that bind. Was able to pop that cleanse. Lots of damage going down on the Nautilus and Alistair, but they are the tanks. They're not really the ones you want to focus. Inhouse does get bound. Barely missing that snare. Doesn't quite pop that ulti. I think probably wanted to use that before using that Giant. Kill being picked up on Vayne. Morgana able to get the kill on Swain with the ignite. I love Koalas. Is he gonna go for that 1v4? Ooh, and a nice early Warwick ult. A nice bind. Not gonna be able to get the ulti off, I think. A nice silence from Cho. There is the shutdown. Actually going over to Tarek. So very nice chain CC from blue team. Lux, bind, Cho, silence, and knock up, and Tarek stun. Able to really just shut down Fiora before she could get that ulti off. In terms of wave clears, really I'm trying to think of ways in which red team might lose this. I guess it is sort of possible that they can just get out pushed, because other than that Morgana School, they don't really have all that many consistent wave clears. Vayne coming in with that ulti, a nice dredge line, lands onto that Lux. Swain is around though. Really, I think red team is just kind of throwing their advantage a little bit. Maybe pick up that Baron and then just push through S5. They're fighting a lot of these 3v2s, 4v2s, 5v3s, things like that, and it is slowly chipping away at their lead. They are still, of course, 12k in the lead, but it's not just about gold. It's also about pushing, momentum, things like that. And momentum is a big factor in League of Legends. If you get discouraged, if you get stressed out that you lost the past 2 team fights, it does affect your sort of morale. So really they have such a big advantage right now. They should just push it, get that Baron, get those turrets, get some inhibitors, fight some 5v5s, ace, push, win, because they're sort of. We're actually gonna find Cho. Waiting, I think, for some other members of the enemy team to stop by before she really commits, because they don't know that she's here right now. This is a pretty good bait by Fiora. Tarek does see that we're gonna running away. Shirelia's and Random being picked up on Tarek. He is quite fed. 4, 6, 16. He has a lot of gold for his support. And a nice flash in on from Alistair. Pops that ulti very early. Brandon's putting the ulti just on Warwick and Swain. Fiora's coming in. She is really the one to keep your eye out for. Vayne not quite able to pick up the kill on Lux, and Vayne is just really not being all that effective right here. I love Paul's flashing over the wall. There's one kill being picked up. Is she going to get that ulti off early? There she goes. That is a... Actually, mostly down on Tarek instead of the Lux. Lux being very, very safe, sitting way back. Just throwing out their shields. Warwick actually making his escape. Ooh, Fiora does get taken quite low, though. Does Lux have that laser up? No, not for another 20 seconds. There's so much lifesteal, sorry, I should say regen from that passive on
Blue
Fiora.
team's turret has been destroyed.
Warwick is around now. Warwick doesn't have his ulti up either. Lux should have it up soon, though. 5 seconds. Not be able to pick up a kill here. We should really start auto-attacking creeps to get her life back up. That is going to be the first inhibitor turret of the game going down. Lux not quite able to land that bind on Fiora. Fiora going to go... Ooh, actually missing that Lux laser. Oh, you can see the amount of damage they're able to throw out there. Nautilus did have his ulti up and had the mana to do it, but he was on the other side of the wall, so not quite able to get that ulti down, which maybe would have turned that fight around, because just so much damage going down on both the Swain and the Lux from Fiora. Pings from blue team going out on Baron, and ooh, this is bad. Both the Alistair and the Nautilus have just gone back. Morgana and Vayne are up. The Johnny's is up. The ulti is up. Unfortunately, Brandibus is trolling, as he so often does with those Zerx Greaves. So screw you, Brandibus. You're letting the Reddit in-house community down. You're goes into summer school students. So Baron is going down quite fast. Currently sitting at around 3,000 health. This is almost certainly going to be an uncontested Baron. A free Baron. They do have that Cho Beast. Is Cho going to be able to get it? Cho actually missing the ulti. Meanwhile, his team is fighting. Gets taken down very, very low. The smite steal from Mr. Sushi Sushi. Not ideal play from their team. Giving up that Baron when they have both Cho and smite work. I think didn't even smite it. His smite is still up. Decided to just go ahead and kind of maybe try and get that team fight one, but a little bit sloppy, and that was a 2-for-0 exchange plus Baron in favor of red team. And that is almost certainly going to be a good game here. The GG's coming out. Just saying, I got Baron.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
They did kind of set that up for you. So nicely done from this Fiora. 23-3. Just absolutely destroying this top lane Cho'Gath. With that early gank, really just snowballing the lane very, very hard. I think went 3-0 or something like that. Sushi putting a lot of damage down on him, but he does have that black shield, of course, plus all his tankiness. Let's go down on a good swing, not going off track. That's taken down very low. A nice ulti goes down on Sushi. Swing actually able to get the kill there. Fiora waiting in the wing for the perfect time to pop that ulti, and I think this is it. What are you doing? Ranabus is not actually able to survive there. Johnny's Ranabus was still on video for Baron. What is Quala's doing? Is this a troll or like a BC? Oh, no, it's a bait. There we go. Double kill being picked up. Fountain dive. Oh. So apparently you can't fountain dive with Fiora. And there goes that lead. End the damn game already. I have to go in 15 minutes, and this game is scaring me because it looks like it's going to be going a little bit longer than I thought. If, of course, this was a game that I think both teams were taking seriously, it could have been over 10 minutes ago. But trust Baranabas to troll. For a second I thought that he was actually going to be try-harding this game for me. But, just look at that build. Just Zerk's Greaves. Randuin's Omen. 300 armor. Okay. Whatever you say, Baranabas. Whatever you say. Obviously that attack speed is super strong on Morgana. Just gotta land those auto attacks to deal tons of damage. So Fiora 22-4-3, 281 CS. If we actually look at the gold values right now, 17,000 on Fiora, topping her team, and a big 7k gold over the enemy Swain, who's the next most fed person, the most fed person on his team. I think he has lower gold than every single person on the enemy team except for the support, Alistair. And even then, he's only 200 gold behind. Looks like a little bit of a fight going down here. It's going to be a 3v5. I don't know why Red Team's fighting this. Nice headbutt, but really not do a whole lot. Kind of with very, very late TFC. Also does come in very, very late, which is good for a Vayne because she is just going to be totally coming through right now. We're meanwhile backdooring on top. And that is so far a 2-for-0 exchange. Banana surviving with just such a tiny amount of health. And this is what I'm saying. Banana is running into this team fight with that blood scent on him, which means Warwick is just going to be so super speedy and help him get away, but it doesn't even matter because he just has so much damage. So JMMXP. Fiora's actually behind, but she's not even going to care about that. She's just going to get in this game. Nope. Kill being picked up. And there we go, finally. That is GG. 23k gold in the lead. There's nothing to fountain dive. They're all dead. So, there we go. Summoner School versus Team Reddit Inhouse. Team Reddit Inhouse takes this game with the most ridiculously snowbally Fiora I've ever seen. So very well played by I Love Koalas. Very nicely done from that AD Swain. He did die a lot, like as much as the Cho, but I guess in a way you kind of maybe would expect that because he is the biggest target. but he did really shut down the enemy Vayne. Vayne just didn't really have a very good game this game. Was sort of able to turn it around at the end, but really, when you're on the team who's got the turrets, the dragons, the barons, the team with a massive amount of global gold, and all that lane pressure from having the solo top who can roam, the solo mid who can roam. You really do want to be a little bit more ahead than just 9-10 as Vayne, with kind of equal CS to the enemy AD carry. It's sort of like, if your entire team is ahead, you have to be ahead of the enemy in the same role as you. It's not enough to just be on their level. You need to kind of beat them. So Vayne did sort of get shut down pretty hard this game. And that Fiora and that Alistair and that Nautilus just really carrying so hard. Triple Randuins I just noticed being picked up on red team, purple team. So very nicely done from Team Reddit in-house. Branabus proving that his ability to troll knows no bounds. And on that note, I gotta go. So thanks guys for tuning in. I hope that my stream wasn't lagging or anything, because I will be casting the EU West Go for LOL finals tonight. If you guys want to tune in, that will be on the National ESL2 stream. I won't be actually streaming from this Milkcast channel. So go ahead, check that out later on tonight. I think it is in 7 hours and 40 minutes. So go ahead, check that out. I gotta go now. So thanks for playing in that game. It was fun to watch. It was very fun to watch that viewer just destroy everything she came into contact with. Although also some very nice play from Blue Team to kind of shut her down before she could get her ulti off. So, very well played, and I'm going to go ahead and say GGWP, peace out. See you guys later.